Kaboom!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is the Mint.
And Dominic.
And we're recording this on a random day, so whoever's watching live is seeing this on a...
It's not a random day. It's October 7th, bro. It's not a random day.
There's no way this is something that I should know.
You don't know this?
There's no way. Why would I? No. Okay, don't do that. Whoa. No. Okay, you can move on now. Who is that?
Cabusa Oriental Choir.
All right, man. F off, man. Like, all right. Now you got a little way into the weeds there, buddy. There's no way I'd have known that, obviously. And why do you know that?
I don't know, but I love it. Nigerian, feel it in my soul. It's my people.
You can't claim all of Africa.
I can claim everything.
Smidge.
In Africa, my biggest one is Nigeria. So
no, but again, you based on what? Because you like their football team? Like why?
My DNA.
What? How much percentage? What are we talking about? Points? What?
No, Nigeria's in the teens.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, it's my biggest African percentage.
You're in the teens?
Mm-hmm. It's my people.
I mean, I guess. I guess. This guy. Yeah. Have you even had Nigerian food?
I have not, actually.
I was kind of giving you credit. Didn't your brother-in-law have a African food restaurant?
Nigeria. Yeah.
What country was that?
How many countries in Africa, bro?
I just said what country, man. I just said. I was hoping it was Nigeria for your benefit, guy. I'm trying to help you out. Trying to lead you down the path.
Western African, like a lot of Senegalese influence.
All right.
Ghana.
All right. Either way, I was saying we're recording before a hurricane might come through this region of South Florida, closer to you than me, but hopefully still going north. Has it changed?
Bro, you and me is the same compared to where this hurricane.
So it's still going further north. Is my point.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But,
I'm not
worried, but geez, man, Helene. I don't think anyone expected that.
Nah, dude. I was.
There's still like hundreds of people missing.
Bro.
Now, some of them, thankfully, are alive. They just have no means of communication. So, like, you don't know.
Now, hold up. Some of them you're assuming are alive.
They have to be statistically. Not every single missing person.
I'm obviously.
Right? So some of them are communication is just shot. No radio, no cell phone, right? So, but some are actually dead, and that's horrific. That there's still hundreds of missing people.
I was talking to one of my boys / clients. Last week, he's from Carolinas in North Carolina, and he was telling me that his family lives like 20 minutes away from Asheville, and so they didn't have power and stuff for like 2 days, but they got it, so they were lucky. But they're like they can't communicate with anybody down in Asheville, like it's just crazy situations there. And like even if you got a truck and whatever else, you still can't go anywhere. Like it's still like blocked off completely. Like the water levels are like some mind blowing dynamics. Like I don't care how big a truck you have, like it's just not going to work kind of situation.
I saw a picture. I don't know how true everything you're reading it, right? But there's an ambulance that was flooded. Like you only saw like maybe 6 inches of the top of the ambulance, and it said that someone had called for an ambulance to come, and they couldn't come. So I don't know if that was the actual ambulance. The post made it seem like that was the actual ambulance.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'd find the actual ambulance that could make it, but the person died because they couldn't get medical help. It's just sad. There's that one company. Did you hear about this company that wouldn't let people leave? And several people died at the facility. It's like a manufacturing plant or something. And the water is rising, and the manager wouldn't let them leave, saying it's not that bad. By the time the manager said, "Okay, employees, you can leave," they couldn't leave. Only like the 4x4 trucks could leave. Everybody else got stuck, and like 13 people from this company died.
So you're telling me that company's pretty much no longer a company?
Yeah, and the president was like, what do you think he said? What do he send to the victims?
Oh, thoughts and prayers?
Prayers and thoughts.
Yeah. Did he hand him a gun while he was at it too? And thoughts and prayers?
Prayers and thoughts.
And then I heard this thing today from a friend of mine, true or false, not true. I haven't been able to validate, so take this for what it's worth. But another, they have friends and acquaintance of mine who lives in North Carolina who are a gay couple, and they were trying to offer assistance down in, I think, Boone. I could be wrong in the sound. And they were denied the ability to offer assistance because of their Sexuality.
You mean like physical money? Like regardless, it doesn't matter.
No, they were going to offer physical assistance. And I say, oh, religion. Oh, the joys of religion and its nobility in saving people, except if you don't fall under the dynamics that apply to this. Freaking ridiculous. Now, again, I haven't validated that. I should intend on looking at that. But just the premise alone that can even be plausible is ridiculous on so many levels.
Speaking of religion, today is the 1-year anniversary of the Hamas attack, Hamas massacre. You ever notice the actual, it's not Hamas? We say that it's Hamas. Random.
I actually don't know how it should be pronounced, but I'll take your word for it. You've been researching how to pronounce the word Hamas? Is that what you've been doing in your
why are you making me laugh on this subject?
I'm just saying that.
It's the 1-year anniversary of the horrific attack, and my first thought is that's you, mute phone.
Mm-hmm. That's my computer.
Like how tragic this day must be for the people the families and friends of those, I think it's a little over 100 people who are still missing, kidnapped, right? Every day there's sorrow and pain. But on the 1-year anniversary, it's all over the place. So it brings it to your attention more. And every day that goes on, the probability of them returning safely is less and less. It's an entire year. So again, statistically, some of them are dead.
Yeah.
Right. And it's an entire year. And
that's
then
mind-blowing.
Whoever does make it back, like mentally,
you're a changed person.
You're changed forever.
Yeah. You're not.
Kidnapping innocent victims. It's just it's horrific. And like people who did nothing. Yeah, in a full year.
That's
right. Yeah. So as I was just thinking about it, it's the 1-year anniversary. And is the conflict better or worse a year later? And I guess it depends on how you define better or worse.
I was going to say that, yeah.
And I look at it as being worse.
I look at it as being worse because it's expanded.
It's expanded.
And so a lot of people.
So a lot of people what?
Are just collateral damage going across.
Yeah. So before we get into the actual magnitude of deaths over there, let's just talk about anti-Semitism is worse. Right. So we'll talk a smaller scale because to me, nothing is grander, lack of a better word, than death. But anti-Semitism now is crazy. Right. I have a friend whose son was at Michigan, goes to school at Michigan, was at a rabbi's house last week for Jewish holiday, and a gunman broke in with a mask, robbed all of them, all the students, and was just spewing at the rabbi's house, just spewing anti-Semitic stuff, right? So it's everywhere.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I think you made that up, but good Lord, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then this has, the conflict has exacerbated the ignorance of people with regards to anti-Semitism, things like that. But then we go further. The tens of thousands of Palestinians that have died, right? Again, statistics. I'm a bit of a nerd today. A small percentage of them are actual perpetrators of terrorism, right? So you have all these innocent people. Guess what? A chunk of them now, if they weren't before, radicalized. What are they going to be? And even if not radicalized, that's the worst. Simply anti-Semitic that weren't before, because who is killing them when they've done nothing? The innocent ones. Who is killing them? So it's a natural human nature. And then, like you said, the radicalization. How easy is it now to recruit people for revenge? Hey, your entire family was wiped out. It's the quote unquote evil Jews. Now you go radicalize them, right? So they're not better. So then I say, it's not better for Palestinians. It's not better for Jews. How is it better? Because now Jews are more fearful, rightfully so, for just anti-Semitism around the world. Yeah, and I'm not playing, we call it Sunday morning quarterback. Like, we talked about this a year ago. What is it? Oh, Monday morning. We talked about this a year ago when this happened.
Yeah. No, we said, like, there is no positive dynamic here.
There's no positive dynamic for it. We said, of course, if these terrorists were in Tel Aviv, this wouldn't have happened, right? There's other alternatives. I feel like had this not happened, all the kidnappees that were alive would have been returned. So it's just wild, right? And people say, when does conflict end? I had a conversation with a friend the other night. I said, I don't know, but here's a huge test. Israel gives back all of the unoccupied, or all of the illegally occupied territories, every single one, gives it back. Then if Hamas, Hezbollah, the world is still pressuring Israel, literally Israel is like, I am doing nothing. I'm innocent. What do you want me to do? I've done everything you asked for. I'm not going to leave. This is my country, but I'm going to give back all the illegally occupied territories. Boom. But Netanyahu and those like him would never do that, because that's a potential avenue to peace. The people really want peace.
Well, actually, I'll ask you, because you have Jewish ties, like in your family dynamic. Like, does it feel any? I mean, like literally in your dynamic, in your circles. You told me a story, an extended story about your family. I mean, your friend's family, so to speak. But for you guys, whereabouts where you live, do you see anything like this?
I don't, thankfully so, but I hear about stuff. Nothing as extreme as I described earlier. But yeah, the same things you hear, like just disgusting stuff you'll hear about whatever, Black, Hispanic, whatever, like comments, kind of things. You hear about those things. But yeah, it's what I'm baffled by are the people who are adamant it was the right thing to do a year ago that are still adamant it was the right thing to do.
Well, I mean, that's like, yeah, but
and perhaps not so immediate. Maybe negotiate and get back the hostages. Who knows? Also, maybe try not kill tens of thousands of innocent people. Right? I don't know, because the justification, if the justification is, well, we were attacked, so we have the right to attack, then how about the random Palestinian family that is completely innocent? They were attacked. By that logic, what do they have the right to do?
Yeah, it's
pick up arms and go attack soldiers who are attacking them, right? Therefore, that's the endless circle.
Yeah. Which, I mean, a version that's been playing out forever and ever and ever, right? So,
what's crazy though? Did you see it's pretty ingenious actually, the exploding pagers?
Yeah, which is pretty dope. Just the fact that it's possible.
So the pagers got the news, but I found out more by listening. It sounded being other electronic devices. So basically, what Hezbollah had all these pagers in a simultaneous attack from Israel, all their pagers in their pants literally just exploded. Like there was videos of them just exploding.
Yeah,
12 people died.
Crazy.
But then I don't know if I think it was a few hours later, they did it again to electronic devices like walkie-talkies and stuff. Yeah. And 20 people died. I've never heard of such a thing, but it's pretty.
It's great. That's some stuff but just to get that happen, meaning you got to go to the manufacturer, make sure there's this put in there and whatever else. There's all kind of things to make that happen. That's a really, really, really big play. And the fact that it worked also is mind blowing and crazy in so many ways. What else you got for me?
Slide it up a little bit.
All right.
RIP John Amos. I'm not sure how that's lighting it up.
I was gonna say, bro, what are you doing, guys? How is it remotely light?
Actor. I guess I would say most notable. I don't really know him from anything else. James Evans on Good Times.
You don't know him from Coming to America? What is wrong?
Oh my God, the dad! Yes,
it's Mr. McDowell. What is wrong with you?
Yes, okay, you're right.
You don't know him from Die Hard 2?
Die Hard 2.
When they're in the airport, and he was a good guy. He was actually a bad guy. He was, he double-edged sword. All right, man. No. You obviously don't even watch TV. You shouldn't even have. Why would this be on your list that you're talking about? All right, tell me the joyous news about his passing, please, Dominic.
It wasn't very joyous, but
you said light it up.
His role was monumental is a big one, but it was rather noteworthy because it disrupted the myth of the absentee Black father in this impoverished community, right? The lower income community, lower income family, absentee Black father. He contradicted that narrative. So yeah,
but you also know that I actually heard this week that his passing on the show was predicated on him wanting to play up that particular character angle, and they wanted to play up the jovial other angle of
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so eventually they're like, all right, we're at a crossroads here. We'll just kill off this character and move on.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There you go. This is before the Cosby Show, obviously, so that dynamic didn't play out more till then. So yes, that's how that played out. From what I heard this past week, actually, I did not know that.
Did you watch any of the vice presidential debate?
That's cute, man. Why would I do that?
So I didn't for a few. No,
you did or did not?
I didn't. I only watched a few minutes. I was bored. What's
of
interesting?
The highlights?
No, I watched it for a few minutes.
Okay.
But I'm curious, what matters more to the masses? And I feel like I know the answer. You've got some substance from an everyday man, right? JD Vance. I mean, not JD Vance.
I was going to say,
yeah,
every day.
Or the utterings of like a slick looking, like a younger oil sales.
Hold up. You consider JD Vance slick looking?
Compared to Waltz?
Compared to what? I mean, really slick looking? This is what you're comparing? This is like saying Trump has a great hairdo? What is wrong with you?
I said slick looking. First, I didn't say looking. Or maybe
you said slick looking snake oil salesman.
Yeah, like a smooth kind of guy compared to, yes.
There's zero slick. If I see that dude, I'm not buying anything from that dude. Slick looking snake oil salesman.
Well, he's convinced a lot of people, bro. He's convinced a lot of people. And that's my point.
Has he though?
He was on. Yes, he has. He was on there. First of all, Haitians and dogs. I rest my case, Your Honor.
That what? He's
convinced a lot of people that shit was real.
Hold up. Who convinced people that was real? Him or Trump?
Him. Before the debate. He's the one who started the whole thing.
Yeah, but hold up. Who made it a thing? Your boy. If Trump didn't say it, wouldn't matter.
It was all over. Yes, it was all over before him. That's why Trump talked about it.
Hold up. Trump talked about it because they need things that are very simple so we can get it on right statement. But also, if Trump didn't say it, it wouldn't be that thing. If you're trying to tell me that people are now more inclined to vote one or the other because of him, I'm not disputing that. But I'm trying to say that's like saying
it's why they went to him. It's why they went to him and said showed him proof, and he came back and said after the debate,
yeah, that he made it.
I had to bring attention to it. It's why they went to him and not ask Trump that, because he's the guy.
Because also Trump didn't know anything. He just said so. It's also who's your audience. My point is, if you think that people are voting for or against because of JD Vance or either one of the VP candidates, I would say that that's cute. Is all I'm trying to say. I would not assume.
I say you're wrong.
Agree. Well, you feel one way, this one I feel the other. I'm of the belief that ain't nobody going to this and have a different perspective based on any one of those debates. Well, I should take that back. The presidential debate by the way, I don't understand who is but that's just me personally. I don't get how you were undecided in this dynamic. Now, not wanting to vote is one thing. Wanting to vote one of the other is another thing. Being undecided and waiting for these debates to change your mind, that is cute. Like, I don't understand. I can't wrap my head around that thought process. Like, I don't know any of these people, so I really don't understand what the math is and the calculus going on in their brain. But I'm really curious to understand what needs to be done to change the mind. I just don't get it. And so when I hear undecideds are out there, I just find it very comedic. I feel like those people are the people who don't want to say which way they want to vote when they're being interviewed post anything.
No, I believe them. I don't agree with them, but I believe them.
I can't fathom how that could be a thing. And I can't fathom how any one of these things would change your mind if, in fact, you truly are undecided.
Well, here's how things could change your mind, right? Or solidify your position. Both of them.
No, solidify your position, I get. But that's irrelevant.
To answer if Trump lost the election.
Obviously, right? Yeah.
And Waltz really fumbled that lie of him being in Tiananmen Square in China.
Okay.
He lied about. No, I'm saying. But he messed up when they asked him about the lie. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad.
But I'm with you. But I'm saying none of that would change my mind one way or the other. So I'm saying I'm one of the people. Like, I don't understand how this would change your mind one way or the other. Because again, I don't.
You're thinking. How do you not understand?
Vance is the same dude who said
you, as opposed to masses. The masses don't go into. The masses literally hear what they want to hear.
Agreed.
On a TV show or a podcast or see an Instagram
and stick with it. Yes, and that's it.
And that is it.
I'm with you, but then I'm saying so then right there, I would say the JD Vance dynamic. Dude called Trump everything horrible in the entire world, right? Like, I mean, this dude had nothing positive to say about homie until he was like, "Hey, by the way, you want to be my VP? My bad, dude. You're the ish. Forget all what I said before." Right? That alone is just comedic to me in so many ways. Right? Straight up. Secondarily, again, people are entrenched in the stories and they're going to double down on whatever's there. right? They call out records and this, that, or whatever. And if you're talking about records, and we go into actually what Trump's record is comedic as well. My point is, you go into this with whatever your preconceived notions are / decisions. And I am of the belief that, I mean, if there is a percentage that can be swayed, it is so small, in my view. I'm more of the belief that people rather not say where they stand on things because they're either ashamed or don't like people in the personal business one way or the other. My point is, I don't feel that they truly believe one way or the other.
How about this? What if you've been a diehard Republican your whole life and you don't like Trump? But I talk to people like this, like business people.
Yeah.
But he's still your party that represents what you feel are your beliefs. That's an undecided one.
No, that's not, because again, here's a caveat. He doesn't feel what you believe. He's part of your party, but the beliefs.
That's what I said. I didn't say he feels like you believe. I said
no. Your party,
the party.
If the person at the top isn't in line with your beliefs as a party, then that's irrelevant. Now you're saying, "Oh, I love."
But it is because it's not a kingdom.
No,
right? It's not a fiefdom. Right, so it is because he doesn't have unwarranted powers.
But
so if you feel
against him in anything,
First of all,
I'll say this to you: the man literally said, "Hey, oil companies, give me money, and I'll make sure things go good for you in the way. Give me $1 million donation each." Right? I'll go a step further. Elon Musk, who we fought against, by the way, all the green and he's green energy, this, that, blah, blah, it's all a bunch of crap, yada yada yada. Oh, my bad, Elon donating money to me. Literally saying, I guess now I have to support green energy. So all that says to me is whatever your beliefs are don't exist as long as money goes in his pocket. So therefore, if that is your belief, meaning give me money, I'll do what you want, then this is your guy. Totally get it. But if you're trying to tell me that I'm a Republican and he's in line, his beliefs are in line with mine, you're lying. It's blatantly impossible. And I'll even go a step further.
I don't
if
like
you're
that.
religious. Okay, so that's my point. So my point is, you cannot say that I will vote for him because he's in line with me. You're saying he is now the person running my party, therefore I can't go anywhere I'm in it.
You have to think about what you told me
really sweating,
when I said I refused to vote for Biden. That doesn't mean I was voting for Trump. And you said you can't.
No, but you said you weren't going to vote at all. You weren't an undecided voter. You said I wasn't going to vote.
Okay, but hear me out. There's only two alternatives. Those people we described are not voting for Kamala and wouldn't have voted for Biden. So it's either don't vote, which you say you can't do, or vote for the head of your party.
Whoa. I said you can't do, Dominic. I said you would don't do this, man. That's what I said. I didn't say the society.
No, you said the premise of it.
I would love it if all half Republicans decided not to vote. That's not the point. That's not what I said. I said
no, but you have to think. You have to think ideologically. Like just because you wouldn't want Trump in doesn't mean you can't tell me it's the spirit of the voting system, right? They have two options. It's either don't vote, which you're opposed to.
Again, you keep doing this. I'm not. I'm opposed to when it benefits me. So yes, if you're in line with me, I'm saying please do not vote. Oh, yeah. And I'm not saying that I'm. Hold up, be very clear on what I'm trying to say here. For a myth specifically, I was saying, Dominic, you cannot not vote. Is what I was saying. The general masses, right? If you choose not to vote because it's too far for you, or whatever, Godspeed, man. You do you. I was specifically talking to you as an individual because I didn't buy into your particular logic, which is the only logic I could debate. Anybody else, I don't know their business. I can't get into it. Yeah. Right. And
by the way, JD Vance said guns. He had this whole thing about the problem of guns being smuggled from Mexico here. Yeah, that's not happening. There's no issue of guns being smuggled here. Right. So again, just because some guns come across, trust me, we got more guns than anywhere else in the world. We don't need to smuggle guns in. Guns are being smuggled to Mexico.
Yeah.
Right.
But that also is one of the most comedic things to me as well.
Smuggled in. Guns smuggled to Haiti for all the shit going on there.
Yeah, you're trying to Haiti's going there.
Every conflict in the world, Jamaica, decades ago, right? That's what it is.
It's
U.S. arms.
To me. Well, then it's not only that the idea that my God, they're going to take your guns. That one I find very comedic, by the way, right? And I think I brought that up on this thing before. Hey, don't vote Democrat. They're going to take your guns, right? They want to take all your freedoms and your weapons, etc. And we've had how many Democratic presidents? And how many guns were taken from you? Oh, that's right again. 0. Quite the contrary, actually, which is really comedic to me. Yet they still keep playing on the exact same chords. And by the way, they still work. And I find it hilarious and simple-minded because at no point was it taken. Quite literally the opposite has happened amongst everybody that's out there, right? And so I find that to be such a ridiculous trope that is used again and again and again and again and again. But now you got me sweating talking about the stuff I don't want to talk about this anymore. Give me something else, man. This you got me with I friggin' between. Also, I hate drag queens or whatever. Meanwhile, your vice president wears eyeliner all day long, and your president
I
puts
was
more makeup
wondering,
on than any woman
Does
I know.
Does he really look like that?
Yes.
No, yes or no? I'm saying
I just said yes loudly. What do you?
No, I said, does he really look like that? And you said yes. Meaning
does he really look like eyeliner?
Yeah. Does he rock it or not?
Yes, I just said this loudly.
That's not what I said. I said, does he really look like that? Like naturally look like that?
Oh, I know. I've only seen him with eyeliner. I don't want to look like without eyeliner.
No, Reggie. I'm saying the eyeliner look, is that real or fake?
Oh no, you mean like this is something that was just done on the interwebs to make him look away?
No, dog.
I'm confused with this real look. What are you saying?
Was he born like this, or does he add?
No, I just said no. The eyeliner is an accent piece.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes, I just said that. Like 4 times.
I asked if it was real, meaning he's like that naturally, and you said yes.
Oh no. Is it real?
Like, are the breasts real or the breasts fake? Right?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. You get what I'm saying? Real or fake?
I guess. You got me sweating up in this place, man. Good Lord. All right. Oh my God. All right. And on the other note too, by the way, and this is truly on a lighter note, as both. So I'm pretty exhausted today, as is Dominic. Actually, hold up. It's a double-edged sword. I am full of energy, yet I haven't slept properly. Yeah. Right? Because the Miami Hurricanes just did the most ridiculous thing, first of all, and then ended in the most amazing thing to win a game last night at frigging 2:38 in the a.m. Eastern time. And by the way, I was dying to go to bed from 9 o'clock at night. Like I was legitimately so tired, right? And I'd already brushed my teeth and I'd put in my Invisalign situations. Actually, not Invisalign, my retainers. So I couldn't even snack, but I was hungry. But I didn't want to take them out and have to brush teeth again. So I was starving, watching a 4-hour game from 10:30 Eastern to 2:30 a.m. And it was really, really, really aggressive. And that is a dumb thing to do for anybody on this coast.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever
seen. You guys texting in group chat. I wanted to
box one of you. Why?
You're whining and complaining about the way
they deserve to be complained about.
It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm freaking out of my house. I don't know what to do. Started doing some push-ups. Thought about working out. Actually been to the gym twice today, which is more than I went all of last week.
So you went in, grabbed this food, and came back out. Not quite going to the gym, but you know what I'm saying. He went to the venue.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you actually fitness?
Yeah, I'm gonna crash later. But yeah.
I mean, bro, I was running on fumes, man. I got in bed and I just had a smile and I just didn't know. I could not turn my brain off. Like that is just an insane comeback. For those of you that came back, they were down so much. They came from 25-point deficit and crushed it. And by the way, didn't think like there's so many times in that game that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. All right, I'll watch this next play. If this play to happen, I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay, my bad. I'm still here now. Like that's what I did from the better part of the third quarter onwards.
My wife woke up late third quarter, saw the score, and said, "Oh, I'm sorry. It was 35-10."
Yeah.
So this morning she wakes up and is like, "Oh, that sucks. You were so excited." And I was like, "Yeah, I was." But we motherfucker! I just start screaming. She's like, "No, I have no idea."
Like 2 o'clock, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "It's still going on. I'll be there in a little bit." But yeah, that was so. It was pretty aggressive in that situation, and went for a very, very, very long time.
So college football is football the best thing in sports in America?
It's all I watch, so again, I'm biased. But yeah, it's all I watch. I mean, I don't like NFL is literally on the background right now just because I was trying to take a nap. I need something on the background. Like I haven't watched a football game.
Did you watch that Georgia-Bama game last week?
So that game was on. No, it was on. What time was that? I was doing something and
I missed the game. 7 or 7:30.
Yeah, I missed. I heard that one had a crazy. Could have been similar ending to what happened to the Canes last night, but yeah, it didn't pan out that way. But no, I didn't see that. I've been watching a fair amount of college ball, but that's all I ever watch. I don't really watch NFL. I don't really care. So yes, biased wise, I think it's the best thing. I don't watch basketball, baseball, none of that. I actually have to go to a baseball game in a couple of weeks. And I go to a fair amount and I'm just like, okay, Doyers. And I don't really
a couple of weeks, what if they're not still in the playoffs?
So we bought I bought like everything's purchased. So to your point, if they're not in the playoffs anymore, then that would be one, a huge upset. And two, it means that I gotta go to LA. So all right, that's what it is.
Speaking of, where do you want to retire? You ever thought about
that was this question you put in there. I've had my views on this. I think there's greater value in retiring in a city, and I've had this conversation with people versus in the country, personally. I feel that the city vibe allows for. Well, hold on, I'll pause. Which one? What's yours?
Well, I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. This may sound gruesome. like city, but you're still okay. Retiring, I guess that's different. Like, where do you want the last stages of your life to be?
Okay, first of all, those are two very different questions.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Right. All right, let's go just retire.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, this guy, on a lighter note, tell me about your deathbed, bro. What are you doing, man?
All right, go on. Why is a
No,
city in America?
now my whole statement's irrelevant. Like,
you went a little away. Do you mean a city in America?
That part I don't care about.
And by city, you mean like a major city?
Yeah, like a metropolitan, a city that involves public transportation, that involves cafes on the corners, that involves me not having to lug or drive or do whatever. Just literally walk around, bicycle around, get my food and beverage, chill out. A city, right? If you got all the weather in the world, doesn't really matter because I'm.
But I was going to ask you: does the city mean okay? You live in Miami. You're not.
Miami's not. I don't consider Miami a true metropolitan city, though. I don't.
Oh, so there's not that many.
No, I said public transportation the whole night. We ain't got that down here, dog.
Okay.
Where am I gonna go? I got a bicycle, but I mean, ain't no public transportation. In the States,
cities around the world, a dozen cities.
No, more than that. But in the U.S., to your point, not very many. LA's not. LA's actually not a good city.
Chicago, New York.
Yeah, Chicago, New York.
Philly.
You know, I haven't done a lot of
Boston.
Philly does have an area. Boston is one of them. Yeah, not a place I want to be at, but Boston is one of them. Okay, yeah, there aren't many, especially in this country, because this country
in the U.S. You're basically looking to retire in New York and Chicago.
Again, I'm saying this now. I don't have the ability to make this decision wholesomely for myself anymore. But yes, we'll see what like.
No, that's my next question. Have you had this conversation with?
No, I've had the conversation. That's what.
But like you, ideally.
Well, I see the value in it. I see the value in being able to, when you become old, like okay, but there's.
What about someone who likes the sun, like you, being outside?
No, I just want to be outside. I don't think the sun is. First of all, I don't like the beach.
Don't tell me the sun is the sun, because the sun is not the sun.
No, the sun is irrelevant to me. Meaning, I just want to be outside.
Okay.
Right. If it's bright and sunny, no harm. If it's overcast,
months of.
Yes, want to be once I'm outside walking around, because you got to. The flip side is too amidst a sweater. So outside, man, for a long period of time, I'm not over
a jacket.
I was waiting for you to make a dumb joke. I said it. I was going to make a dumb joke. I just had a wedding this past weekend. And Bridget, I'm sitting there and I was like, this ain't good. And I'm wearing, and it was a 4:30 ceremony. Didn't start till 5, right? And we get there, and luckily the breeze is blowing. But Bridget, the Uber ride there, first of all, who doesn't put tints on their car? Number one. Hate all these people, right? So this Uber ain't got no tints on the car, right? I'm in the back seat, right? So the sun beating down on me away. You know what I'm saying?
Where's he from?
No, he was actually from
no way born and raised.
He was actually from the Ukraine. No.
Exactly. No way born. Yeah.
Bridget,
also, let me rephrase. No way born and raised in Florida.
In Florida, specifically. Yes. Bridget, dying. When I'm talking about, I took my blazer off, rolled up my sleeve, took off the tie, but in the car and leaned forward so my back would be pressed up against the thing, so I'm not sweating my back up. This is how bad it was for me, right? And Kaylee, totally fine. Not going to her. I'm dying. So
you don't ask the dude to give you some AC?
Reggie, the AC was cranking, son. It was hot, and the car was it was a fishbowl. Like all the heat was coming in one place. It was aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But to your overall point, so yeah, okay. So we're going on tangents, but yes. So the sun, I like the sun or whatever else. But for me, the greater value is, and a lot of that's changing right now with technology. So who knows what it's going to be like when I have to actually make this decision? Because New York is one of the few cities that you could literally have everything delivered in no time flat, and everything was around you and whatever else. So if you were an older person who was a little less capable of carrying stuff and doing whatever else, or even driving, seeing clear, it didn't really matter. You get in the train, you go wherever you want. You get in a car, a taxi, wherever.
No, I live in the suburbs. 2024, I get everything delivered. Same day.
That's what I'm saying. What? I just done said this. I just said things have changed. So I don't know what it's going to be like in the time, right? Right? And all that stuff is changing. The problem with the suburbs is I'm sitting in my house, and if I'm not a good driver or whatever, and I got to call an Uber, wait for all this to happen before I can even get out of my complex. Is 4 days of hiking because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? It's a long walk to get out of your complex.
Yeah, but that's my point. You're talking about latter stages in life. We're talking about early retirement. That's what you're talking about.
No, we're just So, but hold up. But either that, man, I'm not
because
trying.
You're talking about
in your complex
you're not going to be walking that
Forget that. Right now in this day, if I live in your complex, just getting out of your complex to walk around, I'll be drenched out of my mind just by somebody even get out of your complex. There's a lot of walking involved there. True or false?
True.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to avoid.
All right.
So then,
are you trying to retire in America?
That part I don't think. That part actually at that I honestly don't know the answer to that, and that's also predicated on how much money I have or do not have. Because if I got a little bit, probably gonna go someplace else. If I got a lot bit, then it doesn't really matter. But you haven't told me either one of yours. You want to be a suburb man forever, And
doesn't have to be somewhere. No,
but you're not a city boy. You're not trying to take the subway or ride a bicycle around or whatever else.
no,
You
I
want to
gotta
get
be
in your
somewhere.
car.
I gotta be somewhere. Like if I was here in America, I'd imagine somewhere like Miami, LA, that kind of stuff.
So pretty much everything similar to what you're doing right now. That's what you're trying to tell me. You're not trying to change anything. You're gonna be the exact same person you are.
I also could, thinking about like not a farm, but like
farm.
Give me like 10 acres, bunch of dogs.
To do what with 10 acres of land? What are you gonna do with these 10 acres of land? You tending this land? What are you doing with this land?
No, just sit in the grass and rocking.
You're trying to tell
lemonade and a book on the porch.
Which kind of cool breeze is happening where we live? We have 2 months of cool breeze
here. I mean, like somewhere else, somewhere in the south.
So you want to sit out there and in a rocking chair?
Yeah, hear that creaking. Hear that creaking. It's a very
by yourself.
Therapeutic.
As somebody who's antsy as all
hell. Hopefully my wife would be.
No, I'm just saying, well, on your 10 acre land, you're probably going to lose her too if you guys go in different directions. My point is also, you are antsy. You could not sit still in a rocking chair for any amount of time. You may be able to go sit down in front of the Cracker Barrel for 2 minutes while waiting for your table, right? As one place I know has rocking chairs anymore.
Never been a Cracker Barrel in my.
Even the times we've gone to Orlando, never on the way back, something like that.
Been in them, never eaten.
I'm sorry, hold on. You went into the gift shop and buy something? Like, why would you go to a gift shop at Cracker Barrel?
I mean, I've been there with other people eating. I don't know. For some
reason. And what, you chose not to eat as like a moral stance? Like, what are we doing here?
No, I just didn't. Probably wasn't hungry.
You were never not hungry, so that's not true. Seriously, you never eaten at Cracker Barrel? You've been in and said, you know what? I'm good on all the food stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
I find that very strange. But, okay, so you're trying to live. Okay, so your original question was, if I'm about to die, where would I want to live? Like my very last days of life?
No, I mean like latter stages of life. And I hear you where you're saying when you're older, you'd like to be able to, if you've got 30 minutes of energy in a day, just walk outside and walk to a cafe, as opposed to having to have somebody drive you or you maybe drive. And that 30 minutes is spent only 10 minutes enjoying it or 5 minutes.
Yeah, because I have to wait for the car and do this and whatever else. The actual walk is pleasurable for me. Like the walk to my destination is also part of the activity versus getting my car, doing traffic, getting stressed, whatever, and then enjoying the destination for a nominal amount of time. That's why I like city dynamics. Again, this is now. All this could change, but this is currently. That's why I live where I live in Miami, because it allows for a little bit of walking. And just a smidge.
Yeah, that 30-second walk to the supermarket.
It's key. I walk outside, Bridget, and in the 30 seconds, I'm sweating already. So just realize that, right? And you want me to go sit out there in a rocking chair in the middle of my 10 acres. What is wrong with you? And first of all, there's no way you'd ever survive on something like that, man. Any kind of farm animal, any kind of bug or whatever come in there, you're done. Yeah. You're moving, you're burning.
You could get like a modern house there. Like, like a tear down and rebuild.
I mean, those exist. Those exist obviously through and through, and your neighbor is 12 hours away, and you're like, hey, let me go ahead to my neighbor's house and watch the game. Oh, no, I can't because I got to leave yesterday.
I kind of like that.
You say that as somebody who still wants opportunity to say no to somebody versus somebody who wants opportunity to be part of it. That's what people feel to realize.
Then I'd be afraid when some noises outside. I don't know.
Huh? Well, I mean, you can grab one of the many, many guns coming from Mexico and use them for safety. See, like that full
on
circle.
That note,
full circle, dog. There's that. On a random note, this is not. Have you watched this show? This, as you mentioned, the Jewish dynamic overall. This is now literally on a lighthearted note. The show on Netflix. Nobody Wants This.
No, I haven't heard of it.
So it's Adam Brody and Kristen Bell, and I'm watching the show. I'm watching the show with Kaylee, and literally got through like 7 episodes. It's like 30 minutes. It's like a lighthearted 10-episode rom-com situation. But it's he's a rabbi and she's a shiksa, just a white woman. You know what I'm saying? And hijinks ensues, put it simply, right? But obviously when the family dynamic and whatever else, because she's trying to befriend people, and they're like, yeah, because he was supposed to get married to a Jewish girl and all the kind of stuff going on. And, her family is like the non-nuclear American family from a place like LA, like her dad's gay and what, you know what I'm saying? Like really, really just complete opposite of what would be a traditional, immigrant family type situation. It's comedic.
Go on. Is it something you would watch on your own?
Yeah. I mean, I was watching just chuckling, like straight up, like the dialogue, the banter between them is actually just solid. Like it's done, it's written well, and it feels lighthearted, and it feels real. Right? Like it's not coming off as like just. It's how people would actually talk in that situation, which makes it kind of fun, right? And I think that's you as somebody who did the opposite, right? And Thanksgiving dinners with Dominic from Jamaica can only be as funny as I think they can be in person with you trying to fit in. Now, obviously, different situation, but first year out, Dominic at these events could not have gone good for you. Meaning easy for you.
Very easy. Gambling, alcohol, weed.
No, yeah, but hold up. You weren't in the weed game then.
No, I was not.
That's my point. You see what I'm saying? You weren't in it then, right? Gambling is fine, right? And alcohol, you weren't a big drinker then either. The things that you would drink, nobody should. Hold up. The things that you would drink, no man should drink, i.e.
I was past
a Nader-tini and whatever. You can't be having this in front of your in-laws trying to play like the man's man, right? That's the different dynamic there, right? So that's why I'm saying it's a little different. But the show's pretty comedic, and it's one of these things I didn't know what to expect, but it actually is pretty awesome.
All right.
So it's up on the list. It's up on the list. And whatchamacallit is also worth watching. Penguin.
Yes.
On Max. Yeah. So that one's pretty sad because there's a lot of trash out there, but those two are pretty decent. What else we got? Anything new with your boy Diddy?
No, that's it. Repost. People, help us out.
Oh yeah, so why are you calling me after being a fake Canes fan, by the way? Because I watched the game.
Yeah, because last week you barely watched. I think we talked.
No, you keep saying this. I literally turned it off when the score says 0-0-0 at the time. Sorry, and the ref puts his hands up in a touchdown motion. I go F this and turn it off at the end of the game. So let's easy with throwing words out here, buddy. Right? Making disparaging comments that are not true. Rude, right?
You ever had Raisin Canes?
Yeah, I don't get it. It's not that great.
Fake Canes.
Because I don't like.
The story. Do you know every part of the story of Cain and Abel?
You want a box.
Like I said, fake Cain.
All right. On that note, I'll let you go on this one. All right, y'all. Take it
do you even like sugar cane? When last you had sugar cane? Did you have it this week?
That's good. But when last have you had sugar cane? When last have you actually bit into your sugar cane?
Probably 2 years ago.
What, trying to show your kids?
I think so, yeah.
You would ever do that?
I didn't like it as a kid. I don't know. I didn't like fruits. I didn't eat any fruits as a kid. No.
I don't know if we consider sugar cane as a fruit, but dude.
Sugar cane, of course, is a fruit. Is not?
Is it? I don't know. What is it?
I mean, is that one
of the fruits you go, you know what? Eat your fruits, eat your veggies. Sugar cane is not one of those fruits.
Oh,
is it? Know. No, hold up. Now I got to solve this mystery before we go real quick. Hold up. Is sugar cane?
Sugar cane has to be. What is it? Is it a vegetable?
Is it hold up. The question, so when I put in Google, it goes, is it a fruit or vegetable or grass?
Oh, it's not a fruit. It's a type of perennial grass that stores sugar.
Not a fruit, just like I said. So there you go.
I mean, that's one of those foolish. I mean, it's a fruit.
It's not. It's grass. It's just grass right here.
That's one of those. I don't know.
Fruits in general, you can enjoy and feel good about yourself. Sugar cane, you will get a rotten tooth, and you'll probably have very, very bad health, and you will look much like you're looking right now.
Yeah. So mean, guys. So everybody who feels he's mean, do me a favor, please. Repost this. If you're listening to Spotify or Apple, take a screenshot. Repost.
To double down?
Say Amit is mean.
Oh, wow. There you go. That'll get a lot of, yes. People will jump at that opportunity. Ooh. No, it's another TV show. It's all good. We'll chat soon. Take it easy, everybody.
Be better. Justice over order.